Yeah.
And you want help with, to be
Basically
precise.
the first 15 minutes,
Yeah.
sort of like that. It's so basically just for the context of it. Sorry, it's essentially like the context was I went on a lot of grinding spree over a good few years. Got myself up, got really happy with it. I unfortunately had some family tragedy in the middle of this year. So I basically was like 2 months off of Dota
Hmm.
because I had to sort, real life stuff. And then essentially, I came back and I was like, okay, this is all gonna be fine. Got myself coming back in the mindset, and I was really rusty. Like, not the, obviously when you take a break, you get a little bit of rust there. It's fine. But I was just like, oh my goodness, like I'm going for things that I was going for like a couple of months ago, and it's not right. It was like lane was a little bit funny, like with my positioning was a bit off. I was going for aggressive plays when I shouldn't be, when I was sitting there going like, I'm getting caught in silly 2v1s that I shouldn't get caught in. Like it's I don't know how much of it was rust or forgetfulness of fundamentals.
Hmm.
So that's kind of like where I am at the moment, is like I'm on that loss streak, but I'm just kind of like, I just need to know if it's a fundamental thing that I just need a reset on, or like, yeah, the game should show it,
Yeah.
basically.
So you're at this bracket that I find. So I sometimes I play with people around your bracket, right? So the biggest difference I would say is most of the people already know how to play the game. They just lack the tempo to play it after the laning stage. So the laning stage is at this bracket. I find it like most of the people already know what to do in the lane,
Yep.
but after the lane, or like when you meet high MMR players, they start rotating a lot early, and then the
Yep.
tempo they provide is like much higher, right? So
Yeah.
it's like when you start the snowball, so with the first rotation of the support,
Mhm.
you can make the other support on the other team make run after you, and this
Yep.
is almost never good in Dota. So as long as you're proactive and you're starting the snowball effect, like the snowball effect can start from you rotate to a lane, the opposing support just TPs there. He doesn't
Mhm.
have a TP for 80 seconds, right? So you can overload on the other side again, or maybe just go to the mid lane, and you know that the mid laner cannot be helped by the support. So this is
Yep.
usually what happens. We will see what is gonna happen is in your games,
Mhm.
in your game maybe, and then we're gonna find the issue hopefully.
Yeah, I think a lot of what you're saying there is an issue for me as well. I mean, in the situation playing predominantly five, it's the case of like knowing when I can rotate for like minute 6 runes or water runes or active runes in essential. Like, it's a case of me going like, I need to be there for my carry. I need to make sure my carry can hit creeps. I need to make sure that my gradient's in a good place. And I'm just like, I kind of get caught between two things and then end up not doing. Like I pick a decision and then basically it's wrong in one game. And I go, well, I'm not doing that again. Then I do the other decision and it's like, oh, I should have done that. So it's knowing game by game, like how the game state looks
Mm-hmm.
more than those sorts of things. But it's I think in this game after the lanes, sort of like what was happening was I was calling for tormentors and trying to get things going. We basically just lost to SF in this. We didn't burst the SF down. Obviously, he did all the damage.
Yeah, it
Such and
seems
such a
like an
good fight.
issue
Yeah.
for you. I
It
think
was just one of
you
those
can
things.
lack damage here. So it's SF1, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He gets a good start in the lane. He just gets a few kills in the lane. He snowballs off of that with the fast farm from the raises. He gets a bit fat, and we go into fights we probably shouldn't be forcing, and then it just basically gets a little bit, we pull it round a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but like I feel like we hit some good timings. We get, as we say, get the tormentor. We control the map quite well, but then it just kind of falls flat in the fights. I think my team fight positioning was just horrendous this game as well.
Mm,
So, I am Crystal Maiden though.
yeah.
So, you never know. You never know which one it is when you play CM. I mean, obviously, I play a lot of CM, so I sit there and go. Sometimes I think, okay, I should be playing the trees better, but then other games, it's just like, you look at their heroes and you go, okay, you've got Winter's Curse, you've got Arena, you've got a Lion for the head. There's a lot of ways they can just jump me, kill me. that's it. It's over.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it. And the problem is, so sometimes it happens also with players. It happened to me as well when I had coaching sessions. Um, so sometimes you get players that care too much about things they shouldn't care that much. It's like,
mhm,
it usually happens with lower MMR players when they are like, obsessed about pulls, right? And then I go to their lanes in coaching sessions and I can see that they care a lot about the pulls. They spend like 3-4 centuries on it. And then you see them on the lane and they never hit enemies.
mhm,
So that's an example. I don't think the laning stage is gonna be a big of an issue for you. We're obviously gonna
um,
find some issues, but sometimes caring too much about few things can just make you play worse as you miss out on the big picture.
yeah,
So SF is one of the heroes that in higher brackets I feel like it's very strong.
mhm,
It's because the hero has a funny timing that if you get certain items and you can afford to skip BKB, uh, which is usually the case on SF, and then you have supports that just build around you, you are very strong. You are very strong
yeah,
because you get, the supports get you a 4 staff, you have a 4 staff yourself. They get you obviously a Solar Crest, which is the most important item with SF carry, and
yeah,
then they just stand behind you and you just hit buildings, and it's very hard to do anything about it when you hit that certain timing.
yeah,
So as long as enemies play for that timing and they win the lane, and then after they get the timing, they just basically sit on your buildings, it's gonna be very hard game for you looking at the draft.
yeah,
But let's see what happens.
yeah. I think he got his satanic quite like early skipping BKB, and
Yeah.
I think obviously once you get that, then you got the damage issues like we talked about. So it's just like you think you're gonna get it, you don't burst him down because you don't have enough damage. He pops satanic, he kills everybody. Like
So
it's what it is.
there's obviously some ways to deal with that, but
Mhm.
the best way to play around it is just to delay that timing, because
Yeah.
this SF hero just falls off if he doesn't get a good game. Like if
Mhm.
he doesn't have a good game in the mid game, like between 15 and 25 minutes, it feels really bad, and it also feels really bad if he needs a BKB.
Mhm.
This game, I think he can skip it. It's possible. It's obviously not perfect, but
Mhm.
in games where you can skip BKB, it's a good SF carry game.
Yeah. We definitely don't have the reliable lockdown in it because positionally wise, I've got to get close for frostbite. Like we've got the Rubik lift, but like that's basically like the situation where you need to deal with it.
So with CM, I'm always saying you have 3 targets: one hero, second hero, and the last hit. If you can get 2 at once, it's a good queue. So
Yeah.
you've used it on 2. Perfect.
Yeah, I always try and get my at least a double nova on that
Yeah.
one.
Hitting Nova on one hero and then getting a last hit, especially on range creep, is
Oh yeah,
also very good.
it's always that 2 out of 3 thing, like you say.
Yeah.
It's literally just make sure you're getting the value out of the spell.
What is the reason for that sentry?
I wanted to block. I wanted to get the block onto it because I felt like we were going to push the wave with the Nova. That
Yeah.
was my sort of initial part of it. Also, because I want to be aggressive, because obviously Mars can't really affect Lifestealer in that one. I want to make sure that I am hitting him and causing pressure to keep him low. So I feel like to keep the pressure, I'm probably gonna push the lane out with that one. I don't want it to.
Okay, I get the reasoning. But why don't you just walk into the camp?
Yeah,
What's the reason?
I kind of just like pre-placed it before I saw that Wyvern was going for the body block on mine, and I should have just traded the body blocks. But it was
Because sometimes in sessions like this, we have to find the small things, right?
yeah.
So we need to get you on the same page as AM right now. So imagine
Mhm,
I'm playing the CM. The thing that makes Wyvern strong at level 1 is Hercule, right?
mhm,
And when you look at the stats, you're actually, which is amazing, which doesn't happen at all, I think. your stats are better at level 1 if he doesn't have the Q, right? He has less damage than you here.
Yep.
So as long as he used the Q and hit it, like here, he's very weak right now. And there's like two ways you can approach this. If you want to hit Mars, which is a good strategy, you can play on the lane here, on this side, right? And just hit Mars. But I think you're sorry. I think you're not interested in it somehow. This lifestealer is hitting him. It's fine. It's a decent trade-off for decent trading lane for you. Lifestealer is fine against Mars here. So if this guy is weaker, there's no way you allow him to do whatever he did here. He's weaker because he doesn't have his Q, right? So the way you need to approach it, he used his Q, perfect. And you know that he wants to block the camp and you want this camp blocked, right? And if you're not hitting Mars, which you are not right now, you need to not allow Wyvern to just run into your camp. And you can do that by just standing here and just zoning him out. And if you hit him 2-3 times, he has the choice to make. What he can do, imagine this lane is pushing here. If I'm the Wyvern and the lane is pushing into me, I will probably just run into the camp and just TP away as soon as I block it with my body, or even the ward. But it's a level that nobody is gonna think about it, and the lane isn't pushing, so it's not that important for him to block the camp. So I think you can just afford to have a camp ready for yourself, as long as you after this, right? Decent trading, nice. Use a tango, you have a lot of regen. You approach this side here, because you're not trading versus Mars right now. Or you can even run like this, you see. But your end game is to be at this camp here, and there's like two scenarios. Either he's not allowed to go here to the small camp and just block it with his body. That's one. Or two, he goes there, you blocked the camp here or here with your body, it's fine, whatever. If you know that he already is here to block the camp at 44 seconds, you have around 15 seconds to just hit this Mars 2 versus 1.
Yep.
Because you missed on a timing that you were way stronger on the lane, as Wyvern doesn't have his Q, her Q, sorry. And then basically you allowed her to do what she wants to do on the lane for free. She needs to pay for it.
Yep.
As a Wyvern. You obviously, when she goes into the camp, you hit her like a bunch of times. And that's fair enough. But what you've done here with the ward, you can do with your body and then get so much more out of your hero already. Because, this is not really bad. That's not the issue. But it's a small thing that can snowball the game for you. Because you get like 3, 4, 5 hits uncontested on a hero. And sometimes that's gonna be the huge difference. Because this guy clearly wants a null, right? So it's possible he's not gonna buy tangos. So imagine he's going there, and then you trade versus him a lot. And what's gonna happen? He has to buy tango, right? So there, I mean, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he buys the nully, but then he's useless for a minute, as he doesn't have regen. Mars doesn't have any regens whatsoever right now.
So it's like it's a power spike of the lane that I miss.
Yeah.
And I think that's like it's that kind of thing, isn't it?
When I'm looking at the items, it's even a bigger loss for you, because they have one tango right now on their heroes, and the Mars doesn't have a bracer. He wants tango. He doesn't want to buy tangos right now. He wants his support to carry tangos for him. And then you see the position 4 going for a null talisman level 1, which is GG at this point.
Yeah, he's going greedy. Should be punished.
Because at this point, at this level, you barely win any lanes by just outplaying someone into easy kills. But you win you are ready. You have the regen. Just make use of it. So if you having enough resources here is your strong suit, because it's not the right click. It's not your armor. You're a weak hero, right? But you have the resources and enemies don't. Just make them work for it. And even if this guy just buys the tango right now, right? Then his courier is walking, he's going back, then he's getting the null talisman at over 3 minutes, and then he doesn't have it for the shrine lotus fight. Make him use the courier, make him feel bad about it as well. Very good trading though. Very good trading.
So much for the radiant.
You kite him back, you walk into the tower, just perfect.
And the plan is to try and bait him into the bad position so that Lifestealer can connect to V1 if I got a bit of it. So hopefully I can get him.
I mean, other than that, your laning stage is very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Your lifestealer is hitting creeps, that's all you need.
This is it. I think the camp management. I'm trying to obviously stand in the way of that to make sure she doesn't go again.
Yeah, this is exactly what you're supposed to do just a minute earlier. Exactly, because you don't even need to pull here, but you need to you need the access to the camp. Because the lane is completely fine. Like even if it's here, it's fine. But if you blocked him before, you can stack the camp right now and just fully deny a wave. And Lifestealer is one of the heroes that doesn't really mind being under the tower that much.
And this is where I step up too far in this one, so bunch of damage. But
you know that it's a mistake, so there's no point of me just, explaining.
No, of course. Sorry, I do that thing where I kind of look at it and I go, oh my god, because I'm analyzing the replay at the same time as well. I'm just like, why am I doing
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's just, I'm here to show you the mistakes you don't realize you're making.
Absolutely.
Not to show you, that you fucked up by walking too far.
I've had sessions where that happens, where they just like, the ones where they like stop it every 3 seconds. They're just like, you did this, you did that. I'm just like, I know I did that.
No, that's just pointless. Nice pull, nice camera work. The only problem with that pull is, you're losing the Lotus.
Lotus, yeah.
Wait, I need to actually check it again. I think you would be better off by just, it's hindsight, obviously. But pulling at 2 minutes, around 2 minutes, if I'm playing position 5, I aim to clear the camp as soon as possible. Just because of that, right? Because what is gonna end up happening here? I mean, let's see it first, right? Maybe you get the Lotus and I'm just talking shit.
Oh no, we don't. We don't contest this Lotus, I don't think.
Yeah, so what is gonna end up happening? It's a disaster, actually.
Yeah.
So you pull the lane to fix it. Instead of fixing it, you got double wave. Now he blocks the camp, and you lose the Lotus. It's a complete disaster of laning stage. And it's only because you decided not to actively hit creeps while pulling. Because this pull is fine. I mean, fine. I would rather have you pull the half pull, right? So just pull to creeps, right? And that would be better. But this pull is fine. But again, you need to focus on the 3 minutes. 3 minutes is the first objective you have on your lane, which is a Lotus. And it's fine sometimes to just give it up. But, there's a price to be paid for that. And they haven't paid the price. Because this guy blocked his camp. Your camp, sorry. The other guy just picked the Lotus. And you end up without anything. After, you brought resources to win the lane. You even buy even more. This guy is going for null. And then you're putting resources and you're losing the lane. Maybe not losing, but, you lose the momentum of the lane. Just because, you don't realize what is happening, right? Yeah. So if you have the mentality to play position 5 like you're playing in this game, which is I bring resources to the lane and I dominate the lane, which is a very good idea as position 5. It's one of the best because you can afford to not be greedy, right? And
Yeah.
it usually pays off because your carry is farming and then you recover by just getting kills. And
Yeah.
it's a great idea, but you need to be all over them with mentality like that.
Mhm.
You cannot afford to play a normal lane, especially if you see someone like going for a null level 1. Because this guy just brought 3 tangos to the lane. It's 3 minutes, and looking at the at the situation, he gets the Lotus as a team. He blocks you the camp. He just allowed 1 pull, so you denied 1 creep in 3 minutes, and you brought what it is 5 mangoes at this point with the courier.
Yeah, pretty much.
So as soon as you hit them, you're doing perfectly fine. But I want more aggression,
Yep.
like more calculated aggression. Not like you running into
Yeah.
here the creeps. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but the trading like you did here, right, with the wyvern. Let me show you again. Before, like here. Yeah, this. I love this. I want more of this
Someone
because you
took out
clearly
Radiant's
know how to do this. After that,
I think that's the best position for like to be in for a position 5 is to stand in those trees because you're just like I've got tower armor, I've got everything. I can hit for days.
yeah. I mean, you want the lane here, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes it's like pushing the lane is fine as long as you make the heroes pay for it. So
Yep.
if the lane is pushed in because you use Nova 2 times on them and they are low HP, it's fine. Because then they are obviously if you manage to have the camp, right? Either this one or
Mhm.
this one. Then if you the Mars is 200 HP and the Wyvern is the same, like this Wyvern, even if this Wyvern is like 500 HP and the lane is here, and you have the resources, it doesn't matter. She cannot contest you here. Because every time she wants to either, contest the pull or block, you have Lifestealer who cannot go into the tower because he's not gonna be farming there against Mars. It's very risky. So he's able to connect to you, and you can just kill the Wyvern. So even if this position 4 has resources to do so, this pull is like just free because they cannot contest it. And if they contest it, just kill them. There's nothing they can do about it. It's like you allow them to, you allow yourself to push the lane, and then you just pull. And it's not because um, it's because the position 4 is not allowed to go there freely, because your carry is not an idiot. He's gonna pay attention, right? You're at this bracket that people will care about the pull. He knows that you need to pull the lane if the lane is here. You don't need to explain that. So if in lower brackets, if the lane is here and the guy is hitting creeps, he doesn't care about what his supporter is doing. At this carry, if you're pulling the lane, he's gonna be careful, and then he's gonna try to work with you. So the
Yep.
position 4 doesn't, is
They
contested.
see the opportunities the same as we do.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good player.
Yeah.
Because in lower brackets, when I have a coaching sessions with lower MMR players, I'm always talking about this, that having the lane is here is better, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
But you know your limits. You can see that even if the lane is here and you have the resources, you can punish enemies. You
Mhm.
maybe cannot dive them and kill them, and it's obviously better doing that here. But the problem with that is you're playing in a bracket that people know how to play the game. They know that they need to block the camp, right? So it's not like I could tell you, pull the lane back here and just trade here. But this guy knows that, and he's not gonna just, allow you to do that. But
No.
you can punish them here as well with resources like this. So as long as you do it, it's fine. The game is not gonna look perfect because you're playing against actual player that knows what to do.
Yeah. They're gonna disrupt it the same as I do, so they're good players.
Yeah, that's the whole point,
Yeah.
and that's the fun of playing in higher
Yeah.
MMR brackets.
oh, these games are way much better than the ones like all those years ago, where it's just like, yeah, actually, it's like it's just a chess match between the 5 and the 4.
Exactly,
And
and
it
that's the
feels so
fun
good.
of it. You're not playing against, like, with all the respect, right? In some
Yeah.
brackets, you're just playing against bots, and then you
It
have no
feels
idea
like
what to do.
I usually play. I play it with my friends, and they're just like obviously like Archon Legends and things like that, and we play like turbos, and I'm just like, how are people doing this? It's just like I don't. Obviously, that's invoke some straight. It is what it is. But
Again, this is only happening because I feel like you gave Wyvern too much space to do what she wants to do, and you just allowed her to do that.
yeah,
You need to be all over her
this
because
is
you
her
clearly
snowball
know
off of
what
that.
she wants to do, right?
Yeah.
The carry is pulling. Nice.
Love this bracket, don't we? They actually do it while you're. I remember on the comms I said, "Oh, can you pull it back?" And then he half pulled it. So I was like, "Oh yes."
I have only one issue with that.
Mhm.
You told him that he needs to pull, and he did, but you never looked at other lanes. Not a single time.
No,
This is
I
the
was.
time I want you to look on other lanes as well.
Yeah.
Because, if this guy doesn't pull and the lane is like here, it's a huge problem. But here, I want you to look at the SF lane and just, maybe there's a chance for you to just TP and kill. Maybe. It's not likely, I would say, but I want you to have that. So, you have to use your time efficiently, right? And when you're dead, that's the only time you can efficiently look at enemy heroes and not waste anything, right? Because you're not doing anything with your hero. So I want you to, see the status of the other lanes. Okay, this guy is this. Okay, my Weaver is going earn. He has it. Okay, if I TP to Weaver lane and he gets a kill with a blood grenade and he has 2 of them, it's suddenly gonna be very easy game. Very easy. Because this Weaver is allowed to basically win 2 lanes right now. As he has the earn, a grenade, and then every time he TPs to this lane, you get kills as well because you're very strong combo.
I think it's go get the TP on that one, get the kill on that, and then twin gate back top, and then.
Because you see yourself here, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing you're doing here.
Nope. It was like I could prevent that double kill easily and turn that fight, and then twin gate back up top, and then by that point, like the lane's back in the bit of it, and then I can look for opportunities.
They just died. No. Okay, so 503 is the first time you do anything on your lane. 503, right? Which is using Frostbite on this Mars. Okay, let's put it this way, right? So you have 40 seconds of you being alive, around 40 seconds of you being alive and not doing anything on your lane. Because there was nothing to be done here, right? So the lane is pulled, that's perfect. You needed to see if this guy just pulled. Okay, he just pulled. Okay, the lane is gonna be fixing itself. Lifestealer has enough resources to not just feed, I think. So it's possible for you to just TP there and turn this lane around, I would say. Because this is the moment you're losing the game. You need to understand it. Because this SF, instead of just feeding here, gets a double kill. It's obviously not black and white, right? It's not like it's the reason you lost the game. But this SF being a problem starts exactly here, exactly at this moment.
This is where the snowball starts.
Yeah, and sometimes you cannot do anything about it because you're stuck on your lane and you cannot leave it. But here you need to use your TP. You had 40 seconds of yourself not doing anything on your lane. So that time, if you spend it on bot lane, you get double kill. you get 3 charges on earn or 2 charges on earn, and you get double kill, and SF just dies instead of getting a kill, and then he doesn't get threats.
And then with the earn charges, it snowballs the Weaver rather than snowballs the SF, and then like yeah, that's
It's obviously a stupid dive, but I don't think it's bad if you know.
it's definitely turnable.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. And then he has threats for free. So instead of having to TP back to his lane, he just got 600 gold here. And experience for 2 kills as well, which is amazing for him. Okay. The summary of this is, every time you're dead, check the other lanes, especially early on. Especially, you can already feel that if you can leave your lane or not, right? So if it's like 2 minutes, I don't think you ever rotate unless you have your position 4 and you have Timber Soul at position 3. But at 4 minutes 30 seconds is about the time you start thinking about rotating to other lanes or asking your other support to rotate towards.
You thought you had me, didn't you?
Just make it a good practice for you. Every time you're dead, you're checking inventories, checking the lanes. That's it.
Sorry, I'm just making notes at the same time so I can.
I'm recording the session, so I'm gonna send it to you as well. But feel free
lovely.
to make
Thank you.
notes.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
I'm recording the session because sometimes it doesn't work with the sound.
Oh, that actually makes me feel so much better then, because I'm just like, that's fine. Oh. That's always the thing. I love to be able to like rewatch the recordings of these sort of things, so I can actually just sit there and go, okay, right, make sure I don't make the same mistake, and it's always good for the progress.
Okay, so let's talk about the macro picture of this, right?
Yes.
What would you say is the difference, the biggest difference between Lifestealer and SF at early point of the game?
SF can't really be left alone because he's gankable. Lifestealer is not gankable, so that means that I, as a support, looking at it from a macro sense, can rotate, which means it leaves me to be able to rotate, which means I can go for like 6-minute power runes, I can go for wisdom runes. I've got more freedom than this Lion because they're very gankable.
You're making it so easy for me. Like, that's the exact answer I would explain to you. But you know the answer, right? So
yeah.
Why don't you apply it to your game then?
And this is where I have my biggest problems, because it's that irritating part of Dota. Like, I've got the knowledge of it. It's just consistently applying those parts of it, because Lifestealer shouldn't die. He's got rage, he's got faith. He should not die unless he's stupid.
Exactly.
Which means I can easily, like, and again, by that same metric, SF is gankable. So it's a lane, like, you look at it and go, right, I should be abusing the Twin Gate because I can gank this guy. He can die. Like, the combination of those 3 heroes, like, unless Lion gets the Earth Spike of his life, he's not doing shit. It's not happening. Like, he can't, there's nothing he can really do to stop it.
You're doing the session, alone right now. This is exactly my thought process. So as soon as, imagine you TP to the lane, right? We agreed to the fact that you should probably just TP bot. It's fine. Now, you're here. You obviously need to pull the lane somehow. There was an attempt, but this is the perfect time to portal. Maybe the bot lane isn't that perfect for you, as they died on both heroes, but this is the Regen status is problematic, I guess. I want to see that. But okay, so let's start this off with SF needs to die. He just has the snowball right now, so he needs to die as a hero. You have the glyph. You can dive this guy with a glyph, and then the bugs from Weaver. So you should be aiming to set up a kill on bot lane. And to do that, because right now you're not doing anything on the top lane, right?
Nope.
The life stealer is just losing on XP because you're here. It would be way better for you to TP before, but you know, shit happens, right?
Yep.
So, first question you need to ask yourself. So the right way to play Dota as a support, I feel like, in this bracket or higher, is to ask yourself the right questions because you know the answers. You're here for a reason. I mean,
Yeah.
in this bracket, you know the answers. It's sometimes you have to ask yourself the questions though. So the question
Yep.
is, should you rotate to the mid runes? And the answer is
Not really.
not really. They
No,
have
it's a tough kill with the Invoker, and like again, it's unreliable lockdown with me and Rubik. We don't really have enough burst to do that, and again, they can respond quite easily with Wyvern and Lion.
so there's like the invoker doesn't use the runes, right? But
Yeah,
what he's
and
gonna
also
do is just send a forge spirit and just deny it, deny
yeah,
the rune. So if imagine it's a normal scenario, right? You have a hero that doesn't use the rune, but he has no way to deny it, right? So you can go to the lane here, and you cannot secure the rune. It's like, you know, the Rubik has to go one side and then you go to the second side. But if the rune spawns here, you have to take it. So you're
yeah.
not really securing it. I mean, you're getting it. It's not that bad.
And then you're a support fight against a Forge Spirit, which never flipping works for you ever.
Um,
Yeah.
that's not the problem. It's the
All right.
problem is, so there's like too many problems for you to go for the rune. And it's not worth it because first of all, you're CM with 280 move speed. You don't have boots. The second, Invoker doesn't use the rune that well. Third one, you cannot really secure it. You need to take it. So there's like, you know, three problems with you going for the rune. And if it's a different matchup or you have boots, maybe that's a yes. Maybe you go for it. But at this moment, I don't think you go. So if your life stealer is losing out on you being there because he's losing XP right now,
Yep.
and he's still farming. You being here is not the difference. And obviously, if you get kills, that's perfect. But so far, I've seen not enough aggression of you.
No.
Then your problem is gonna be SF here. And it's like, with your hero, you portaling on this guy, before threats is the perfect time. But even now, if you have the bugs and you have the earn charge, or even if you don't have the earn charge, but you have the bugs, you can, I feel like you can easily kill this SF with grenades and all of that shit.
But I think that is a big problem and weakness in my game is I'm too defensively minded rather than seeing aggressive opportunity and like pushing it.
Because this guy knows what to. If you leave the lane, he's not gonna feed most likely. It's not like you're leaving a an SF on your lane, right? It's a life stealer. It's against a decent matchup. You secured him the lane well enough, I would say. And then the lane is, he knows how to pull. He just proved you that.
Yeah.
Mid tower won't last much longer.
Worst comes to worst, if I leave him and don't sap his XP, he gets to level 6 and gets infest faster, so he's got an escape mechanism to get out. So
This was exactly what I wanted to say next. So you leaving the lane, let's imagine you go to the bot lane and you don't kill this SF. As long as you don't feed him 3 kills, you're still leaving your lifestealer to get level 6 early, and then you just infest, get a kill on SF. Because that's what he needs to do here if he wants to win this game. Because if I'm lifestealer, I'm not a carry player, but imagine if I am right now, I can see, okay, I have a decent lane, I'm hitting creeps, I have, my feast is fine, but SF just got a double kill on the bot lane. He has threats. Okay, I need to punish him, I need to kill him, I need to portal as soon as possible. Because if I get my 6 early, that will mean I can portal, kill SF, and hopefully my Night Stalker is gonna be there as well, get a kill, and then the next time he's gonna have his ultimate, and then he's gonna dive SF without my help, and then he's gonna get the second kill. And then the snowball completely stops, as SF just dies 2 times and has no TP. That's a lot ifs and buts, But it's a plan. It's a plan you can have.
I think the thing about it as well is it's better than just like it's like in that support mentality of like I'm just gonna sit and let the game dictate to me rather than looking at it in the sense of going like, okay, I'm not gonna leave the game to chance. I'm going to take the proactive risk, and I think that's what separates the highest from the thing. Is just like, no, we're gonna do this because I'm gonna make this plan happen.
I mean, sometimes you just have to work at your. So you told me you're losing the games, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong about you changing your approach. And maybe it doesn't work, and maybe you just lose another 3 games. And it's fine because you start learning. But if you
Yep.
play the same way and you keep losing, then, you're not learning and you're still losing, right?
Yeah,
So
definition of insanity, isn't it?
you have
Just
to,
keep going.
you just try something else. And I feel
Yeah.
like, because a lot of the moves I told you, they can, like here, right? Maybe this SF dies here, but maybe it doesn't work out. He's like, he has a decent amount of HP, and
Mhm.
then it's daytime for Night Stalker, and then Weaver. I mean, with no bugs, you don't dive him. That's obviously,
Yeah.
you have to have bugs, right? But maybe it doesn't work out. But maybe you just go here, you just use the bugs, you kill this SF, you use the glyph to dive him, and then you have the catapult here that is hitting on the tower. And that's a big butterfly effect that you are getting on the bot lane right now, because the catapult can basically get half of the tower.
Yep. You're creating pressure in some form. You are creating pressure.
Yeah, as a support, um, that period between like 5 to 8 minutes, you are aiming to create pressure usually by playing with another hero that you're playing at this point of the game, which is if you're playing lanes 2-1-2, which most of the players are, then you should be aiming, especially with heroes like Weaver and CM, you should be aiming to bring 2 supports to one lane, whether that's top lane or bot lane. So an ideal scenario right now is if I'm playing this Weaver, I'm rotating towards your lane because my lane became a disaster after I fed 2 kills to SF. So I think it's more likely for your Weaver to come to your lane and just get 2 kills because you get Nova, bugs, and all of that shit, right? And Weaver wants to play against as many heroes as possible to use the bugs and get experience. So, not right now, obviously, because he's getting the XP shrine, right? Unless he, has that. Mm, he tells his Night Stalker to get the XP shrine because, he needs the level 6. So, again, a butterfly effect that can happen. And it's all about talking right now, but there's so many scenarios that you can have. So, imagine I'm this Weaver, and it's likely because I play the hero. I see
Mhm.
my Night Stalker is almost level 6. I'm telling him, okay, go, bro. You cannot hit the creeps onto your lane right now. It's pushed in. Get the XP shrine. I'm going top. We're gonna get overload on 2 heroes. I'm using bugs. I'm using a blood grenade. I get kill on one hero. I get earn. I get kill on second hero. I get level 5 because of it. You get level 6. My top lane is happy because my lifestealer got a 1 kill or 2 kills maybe even. And then you're level 6. And
And
then,
then you come back, and then you can get the kill with the Night Stalker ultimate.
yeah, and CM
Yep.
joins me because I just killed
Yep.
both heroes on the top lane. And my lifestealer is left alone. He's happy. He got 2 kills and then he's left alone. And he's getting levels.
And then you win 2 lanes just off one move.
It's like,
Mhm.
you're in the bracket that I can tell you it can work. Because,
Yeah.
this is happening in my games. I can, if I tell that to a player that is 3k MMR, he's like, okay, bro, but it's not gonna happen. Like, nobody thinks about it.
No.
But in your bracket, people think about it. Think
It is
about
the
Dota that way. And it's
it is the
very possible.
advantage. Yeah. It's the advantage of the fact that like you go if you make a plan, everyone in the game is knowledgeable enough about the game to go, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll put that into action and we'll do it. Like if I went bottom and said like let's go on SF, like my Weaver's not going to go, oh that's danger. He's going to go, yeah, shit, we can kill him. Just go
Because
for it. Numbers advantage, and then we kill him.
the way I need you to think about it is because, we can talk about it about the certain game, which is right now. But to put it in perspective that helps you in other games, right?
Yep.
You've been playing the lanes for 7 minutes and you didn't manage to win a single lane yet. You managed to break them even, or, I guess break them even, right? Because everyone is farming. So, what makes you think that if you keep playing like that, you're gonna win a lane. You're not gonna make a huge difference. It's not like you're getting an ultimate right now.
No.
You're still level 4 on both heroes, right? So there's no need to stick in a scenario that doesn't make you win a single lane. It's better to create a scenario that you can actually win it. So usually that means creating an overload. So bringing 3 heroes to a lane where there's 2 heroes, or bringing 2 heroes to a lane where it's 1 hero, right? Do you kill the invoker? No, we already talked about it. So the things need to happen on the side lanes. And now it's a question of what is more efficient for you, for Weaver to come here or you to go to the bot lane. And I would say Weaver coming here is a better idea right now to start the snowball. But maybe it's not possible because your Weaver, you type to this Weaver, come to top, and then he just ignores you. So then you need to go to the bot lane. But what I would do right now is I would ask my Weaver to come, get double kill, and then we smoke. So I would just ask him to come. And if he doesn't come, I just go bot. Because you don't wanna, you don't want to tell him, hey bro, can you come top? We get kills. Maybe then we have Night Stalker ultimate level 6, and then we die of SF.
It's too much. It's too much information. Yeah.
Bro, come top, we get kills. And then this guy is about 8k MMR. He's like, if I come top and I get double kill, then maybe we can dive SF. And my Night Stalker is level 6 then. Maybe my CM comes because I just helped him. And then he knows, he has the knowledge to understand that.
Because you can make quick, snappy calls at our bracket because it is a case of you don't have to over-explain. They know.
Yeah.
They understand.
People get better at communicating. Like in higher brackets, they get really good at communicating. They they ping your rune, let's say, and you know what that means. That you need to contest it. You don't need to talk about it.
Because everyone knows enough about the game, everyone's played enough games, and everyone sits there and goes, they have a macro understanding, so they all understand what's going on.
Exactly. And the games are gonna be different sometimes, right? Because some people just understand you, and some people just don't. But you're in a bracket that you can actually try to get yourself to a best play by getting people to move around, and not yourself. In most brackets, it's not possible. In most coaching sessions, I cannot talk about it because people just don't listen. But here you can try, and sometimes it's not gonna work out. Sometimes it's just gonna be them ignoring you. But then you need to start the snowball.
And in my experience, I don't know if it's obviously for the same for yourself, but it's the case that if the one thing that core players love, it is proactive, a proactive support that talked about it, because they're just like, yes, finally I've got someone on my team that actually understands these moves, so I can just sit back and farm.
Yeah, this is quite simple. And again, the same problem arrives here, right? You died on the lane and you never, not a single time, look at the other lanes. Not a single time. You don't see what is happening here. You have no idea what's happening.
No.
And again, you have the ultimate on Night Stalker this time, right? So it makes it so much easier. So in a way, you're playing 3 versus 2 lanes and on every lane because you have the Sunstroke, right? And you're not helping yourself with another hero on any lane.
On an active support like CM. It's like this hero is like the dream at going and setting up a numbers advantage.
And what I'm seeing here is this is a same session I've had with, 3-4k MMR students. You're just on the lane here, sapping XP off your lifestealer that needs level 6. This is nothing else than, there's zero difference so far. Like early on, you proved me that you can play like a very good support, and then you just decide to not use that power.
It just fell apart, yeah. I think this is what's happening in the game. This is now I can see that's what the difference has been. These lanes have just been, I miss the opportunity, and then I don't. But my brain just goes autopilot, and then I just end up walking around and doing this because I've autopiloted. And I've started to tilt with the fact that it's I'm going to lose another. You know what I mean? It snowballs in my own head rather than I lose the I don't lose the ability because obviously I still am what I am. I'm still like that 7K player, but it's just like in my head I shut down and I just go, oh, well, this is just going to be another defeat or this or that, and then you manifest and make it happen.
No. Let's get it straight. You didn't miss the opportunity. You
I
didn't
never
know
took
it
it.
existed even because
That's
you
true,
never
yeah.
checked on the bot lane.
Yeah.
You never checked on the bot lane.
No.
Your Rubik actually went there and died as well. But you never know what happened here. You just know
No.
that, they just died on the bot lane. And you know that there's a beast on the bot lane that at this point of the game, I would say it's gonna be very hard to address. It's 9 minutes in. And it's, watching this replay, I already know what is going to happen. This is the difference already. And this is not a very good matchup for you. Especially when you're behind. I also... Wait. Okay, never mind. At 10 minutes, your life stealer is not level 6.
And that's because I've sapped all his XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pulling the lane himself. You're just being there.
Yeah. He's competent. He knows what he's doing. I just need to piss off, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not helping him. By being here, it's gravitating more heroes to the lane because they look, oh, look, this CM's not moving anywhere. She's a free kill. It's an easy thing because Lifestealer's not level 6. He can't invest out. We'll just keep pressuring him.
You know the answers.
Yeah.
For yourself. I'm here to just, ask you the questions for yourself to realize how to ask yourself questions, the right questions in the game. I'm not here.
And that's what I need. That's what I need more. That's what I've needed more than anything else.
Yeah, because explaining things to you over a single game doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does if I'm here to, just cash grab, but it's not here for that. I'm here to, you need to improve yourself. I can just show you the directions. We can watch this game, but I don't think it has.
Oh no! It's literally not. There's no again. Just from that, it's the case of looking at it, going,
So let's go to the second replay.
Exactly, and then we'll see where because there's going to be obvious patterns. It's going to be the same sort of thing. It's been on this run, so it's going to be the same sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So if that's the identified pattern, then that's what I can improve on, because tunneling on the lane and not seeing opportunities, not giving myself options because I'm not giving myself information. That's ultimately.
How well do you know that CM hero? Would you say out of 10? Let's put it this way.
For CM, I would know, in terms of limits and everything, I'd say about 8 or 9.
Okay. So,
which means I'm not using it. I'm not using any of it.
Yeah. So I want you to play to the limits and sometimes just feed randomly on the lane. But I want you to learn how to, not give an inch when it's possible. And sometimes you're just gonna feed and you're gonna lose the game because of it, and it's fine. Because you're here for the long term, not the short term, right?
Absolutely.
Even if you lose one game and then, it takes you 5 games to learn how to play to the limits, then, it's worth it easily.
Yeah, if you're improving, then long term you're going to gain. It just doesn't matter. That's why lost streaks don't matter.
Never. No. As long as you just aim to improve, no. Losses don't matter. I don't even pay attention to them. There are games that I play shit, and there are games that I play well and I still lose. It's fine. And sometimes I go 0-14 and I win the game. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
No. All that matters is the process, and then what is happening in your mind. It's never about clicking the buttons. It's maybe not never, but almost never.
I think I remember this game being an absolute disaster, but it's fine. Oh, why did I pre-skill? Seriously.
It's okay.
I had a lot of life stealers recently, actually. I've noticed. Oh no, this is why I wanted this replay, because I'm fed up with Skywrath Mage. This is fine.
Again, every time
Body
you get
block.
a chance to block with your body, uncontested, do it with your body. It's 50 gold that you're likely losing, right?
Yep.
Because, you know, sometimes you cannot approach the camp, right? And it's fine for you to use the ward. But here, had the time to do this. You're playing in this arena.
I've already pushed him back. I've already zoned him out. He doesn't want to play here, so...
Yeah. Bit late with the pull, but you know
Yeah.
that. So. Again, I think you should have pulled this. Here obviously doesn't work, you're late. Come back to the lane. Deny one creep, it's fine, you block the camp and then go pull. Just go pull. Because what you're strong at is, even if you use the full pull, right? And this guy wants to commit to you, you have level 2. So you punish him a lot. And the strong suit of Jakiro with this facet is right clicks. So I want you to right click people. And here it's very hard for you to right click, right? Or just chase people down even, right? Because here the Skyrat is here and you can get this, this and this on him. Well, he's gonna be losing 400 HP at least. So especially with a hero like Jakiro that, you know, strong suit is right clicking, I want you to right click a lot. And then every decision you make on the lane is connected to how am I able to get right clicks on them. And this is like quite simple, right? So I want the lane to be here, so I pull, because I pull not to, you know, fix the lane or anything else. I pull because it allows me to right click people. And this is, you know, using the strong suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a disaster so far.
Yeah. This
Didn't
one's
use
really
your
bad.
Q a single time yet. I want you to use your mana.
Let's get it out. Yep.
You hit him harder than he hits you. There's... Again. So it's 8 out of 10 for CM, right? So for Jakiro it is what?
It's probably less, about like 5 or 6. I don't really fully understand the like the limits wise of it. I play it a lot, but I don't use it efficiently.
Okay, so all you need to do about the Jakiro is you hit very hard with that facet. And this is basically laning stage facet. Because after the laning stage, you barely use any attacks. Unless you're playing, you know, this right click Jakiro, which is I'm a big fan of, basically. But usually on position 4, right? So this is the laning stage facet. And I've seen you like hit enemy times 10 times in 3 minutes. And use the second Q at 3 minutes. So again, I want you to be all over them and use your strong suit. So for the CM, it's like, you know, the Nova hits 2 out of 3 targets, right?
Yep.
And here, you right click. And every decision you make on the lane is, how do I right click people? Do I need to, you know, pull them away so they are alone? Like here, Skyrat. I pull the lane and then Skyrat contests me. And here, I'm not afraid of this guy. I have more damage on on my hand than he does, so I'm not afraid of him. I'm standing here and just zoning him out. And worst case scenario, like you see the Skyrat is on the left side. Worst case scenario is trade HP, and you know you're position 5 and he's position 3, so it makes it worth it for you, especially considering the fact you always buy more Regen than they do, because that's what you do as a player, which I like as position 5 again.
Because there's always resources. I'm just not trading them effectively. I'm buying it. So my mindset is one thing. My play style is the complete opposite. We just need to marry them up.
Yeah, and look at this. Like, this is a small thing, but again, we have to look for the small things as well, right?
Yep.
Here, you're playing against Mars. You have, you know, you hit him harder. So make him, you know, work for this Lotus and just hit him, right? That's one thing. And then, here, you have so many creeps, right? Like, so many creeps of enemies. One hit. You lose 100 HP for one hit on this guy. Because you make the decision to hit him under, you know, million creeps.
Yep.
And it could be fine, because you have more Regen again. But this is not efficient. And the efficient thing would be to trade here, and then if you trade here, it's like you try to work around the aggro and not hit him, you know, in the middle of the creeps, but rather from the side. This side, this side. And then draw aggro from, you know, 2 creeps, 3 creeps, and they just hit you for 40 damage, not 100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that snowball.
Yeah, you not being efficient is the reason why you died here. Nothing else. It's not because, you know, they got you under the tower. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
So if the lane is like here and you see like million creeps, what you can do is just use your Q on the creeps. Obviously on the hero as well, right? But through the creeps. So you don't mind the harassment on the creeps as well. Because they are getting low, and then you don't have 8 creeps under the tower against Skyrat Mars lane, which can dive you easily. And then again, he has less HP, so he's less likely to play aggressive here. And just
I'm not getting them low. I'm not getting them low. So therefore, like, they're just going, okay, we've got more HP over the time because I'm not chipping away at them. So the snowball eventually always ends the same way, because I will die because I've not, because Mars should be sitting there crying with 100 HP all the time.
Exactly. Especially, so you bring the Regen, just be efficient with it.
Yep.
Make them, so you have the most right click damage out of any ranged hero, I think. Maybe it's close to Shaman, but with this facet, it's basically, you know, you're very, very strong. Make it to abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a habit for yourself to be aggressive. And again, you died on the bot lane, you never check the other lanes.
Nope.
Obviously, it's a bad idea right now to TP, I would say, because, you know, looking at the heroes, this hero you don't ever kill, and then mid lane is like, you know, here. But I want you to look. I want you to have that, you know, chance to.
It's gathering information,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
And when
I'm
you're
not doing
dead, this
anything
is the perfect time for you, because you're not wasting anything.
I think that's it. It's those little habits that are creeping out of it, and it's causing the problem. Yeah, I feel like it's the pattern repeats at the fact that because of that lack of aggression in the first 2 to 3 minutes, the game always goes the same way. It will always just continuously go the same way. Because I don't check other lanes, I don't impact proactively. Then what sometimes what will happen with that one is the support will make the first move, because obviously that's what they'll do. And then I end up playing reactive Dota the entire game, which means I have no impact over the game, which means the game is probably, you know, it's a coin flip at that point.
Yeah, I mean, in both games you're playing like heroes that dominate the lane, and you don't dominate the lane. You just, you know, you have the right principles, but you don't use them. You know how to trade, and then you just trade like once every 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
that's a huge problem for me.
Would you believe me if I told you that the reason that I managed to grind up is playing lane dominators and actually doing that?
Yeah.
That was the actual reason.
Just-
My most played heroes are literally like the ones I'm highest with is literally CM, Jakiro, Undying, and Treant. Literally all the same archetype of hero.
So you know how to play it. You just
Yeah.
need a wake up call. That's it.
Yeah, that is literally I needed because I'm focusing because when I'm like looking at this myself and analyzing this myself, I'm going, oh, am I pulling this? Am I doing it? And then the one thing I don't think about is the most obvious thing. I'm not hitting them enough.
Yeah.
Like they're not trading resources enough.
So I will tell you that. I had a coaching session with I think it was Archon, Witch Doctor. It's on YouTube. And
Yes,
for,
I think I've seen this one. Yeah.
and
I
for
think
the
I've seen
first 8 minutes of the game, or it was 6 minutes, something else, something like that. He was playing amazing. He was like all over on the lane, on the enemies. He gets like 3 or 4 kills, and then he's just doing what you're doing here, which is like being in the game, not playing the game, not rotating, not looking anywhere. And here I can see that you have the right principles, and I can already smell that the problems is not the problems are not in the mid game or late game, because if you're playing the lane that way, I think you have to play a decent mid game to be in your bracket. You're not using your aggression enough. So because with all the respect, this is the same gameplay as I see in Archon bracket.
Oh yeah.
What you're doing from the third, fourth minute, right? You have the principles. You know about the pulls. You stack it. You know you care about the gradient being in a good place. That's perfect. In the end, you play a hero that has 80 damage right click, and then you don't right. I mean,
it's insane. It's like one of those things where it's that thing where you just like I've gone through everything else to think like why is this not working now? What have I changed? And I can guarantee you, looking at old games, like you take it like 3 months forward, whatever, to now, the thing that has missed is the aggression. That's the thing that's wrong.
It's the
Yeah,
basics.
it's the basics.
Because if you're playing a different hero with a different skill set, then you know the problems could be different. But here you play 2 dominating supports, and then you just don't dominate.
Yeah.
And obviously the problems that you're gonna have that don't depend on a hero is like looking at other lanes, making a decision to rotate, to ask the other support to rotate. But here, the way you want to win this game, the plan you need to have for this game is: I'm playing a strong lane, I'm gonna dominate them very hard. This Skyrat has no right to trade versus me because he has 0 armor. So, like my stats, let's go here, right? Look at this. You have, what is it? 59, so 60 minus 23, 36 damage times twice, right? Yeah, times twice. 36, so 72 damage. He has 46, right? Which is over 20, it's like 25 more. You have 25 more damage on your right click.
And 3 times his armor.
And yeah, no, it's not 3 times. You have 20% physical resist. He has 0. So every time you hit him, he loses 70 HP. Every time. And you lose like 40. So basically, every right click you make, you deal him twice the damage. It's almost twice the damage, right? So you need to put your hero in a position that if you ever get this hero on the left side, which should not happen. If I'm the Skyrat, I'm playing here and just hitting the lifestealer. But you are the king of this. You never allow him to do anything about this. You don't even use words for it. You just block with your body, you stand here, and you know, you're the king here. There's no scenario that this guy is allowed to play here and not, lose on trades. Not a single scenario. So I want you to be, you stand here and you're like, come at me. What you're gonna do about me here? And then what he's supposed to do is just stay here and he's lifestealer. But he's happy to trade versus you for some reason, and then you're just not making it a habit for yourself to play on this area.
he's playing the wrong play and he's getting away with it because I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah, and the first minute is like it's like that. You just play the lane here, it's fine. So he's like, he can hit the lifestealer, but the problem for him happens when you play in this area, and then you start pulling, and then he's like, he's not allowed to hit this lifestealer anymore because there's a pull happening, so he needs to contest it. And you, as a dominating support, you're not staying here farming it, but you're staying here farming it. And if this guy decides to come at you, well, what's gonna happen is you just right click him.
You just swat him off.
Yeah. And because you're smart and the lane is in a good place, you didn't pull all the creeps, but you pulled 2 creeps. So it's not like the both heroes need to connect here. And this Mars is gonna farm the 2 creeps that are here, and the Skyrat is gonna connect, right? To farm the other 2 creeps. Because they need to split the attention, because the creeps are split. And this makes you, again, trade 1 versus 1. And this trade, again, you win very hard, right? And instead of this, you just watch this. Use a ward in a place that you don't need to, because you can just stand here and just, ask him the questions, right? Like Alan Shearer is talking about. And then you pull. And then, all this problem is fixed. You pull. Obviously, you were late, but you're late because you don't actively think about what makes your hero strong.
Yep.
So, you react to the lane being pushed in. But if you know that what makes your hero strong, which is the right click, you ask yourself, how do I get myself in a position that I get to right click people? And then it makes it so much easier. Okay, I want to split the heroes because obviously I don't want to trade 2 versus 1. I don't want to both of the heroes on me. But then if I pull, and let's say I pull 2 creeps or 3 creeps, in this scenario, perfect would be 3 creeps. Yeah. And then, he has to contest you, right? And then you just stand on the right side, not here, and you just deny. And then last hit. And then you're level 2. And then you just use your Q. As soon as you get it, boom, dead. You have grenade. Be all over them. I want you to be all over them.
Play like the dominating support that I'm picking. That's yeah.
And instead of this, we get Jakiro that used his Q 2 times.
I've literally neutered my hero. I've literally neutered my Jakiro. And that I think is, I mean, if I guarantee that there's like 8 losses or whatever it is in the run, and I guarantee you every single game in that run will look like that.
Yeah.
Because that is the fundamental issue, is playing that sort of like, not, I'm buying the items but the playstyle isn't matching it.
Yeah. And here, like, why are you standing here? What's the reason, right?
There's literally none.
There's
no
at this
reason.
point it's getting tricky, right? Because you're level 3, they're level 4. But every time, this is also a habit now you need to have. Every time you are playing a support and your core is uncontested, make it a habit for yourself to not leech XP for no reason.
Okay.
So if I'm playing a hero like Jakiro, which is a dominating support, I want to be here and just seek for them, right? Or here and seek for them. Obviously, it can be little tricky if you don't see double hero, right? And then you can just die. And if you're playing defensive support, which you don't want to trade us, then maybe you're not standing here, but you're standing like here and pulling, right? Maybe you dominate the lane with Jakiro and then you pull again, right here. And this lifestealer has creeps under the tower, but it's fine. It's lifestealer. He's not gonna struggle a lot, right? And then you give him double tango, and then you lose 60 gold, but you get 80 of it at the pull camp, and then you also get levels. But standing here is like griefing. It's honestly, it's griefing.
Yeah. I'm just sapping his XP with absolutely no benefit. I'm basically just saying you don't get to play the way you want to play because I'm just going to just grief your game. Basically, it's just griefing the game.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Obviously, the carries are based on the farm usually, and offlaners are based on XP. So it's more important for your offlaners to have XP and not, So that's why positions 4 are more likely to rotate than positions 5. But if your lifestealer is getting last hits here, and your presence doesn't change anything, you don't need to be there. And
Yeah.
by not being there, I don't mean you TP to another lane. No, no, no. That's not what I mean. But you
Mhm.
stay just outside the XP range, and you feel like, and if the problem is for you, so you don't really know how close it is, you need to find the range and then just,
Yeah, exactly.
it's not about just, letting him all the levels, but getting 1, 2, 3 creeps can make a huge difference sometimes.
It's being efficient in the fact that he's getting his own XP, and then by the pull, I'm getting my own XP, so we're getting the double value out of it.
Exactly.
It's just efficient, rather than sitting here and no one gets anything, and then if he dies in the next like 2-3 minutes, it's because I've sapped his HP, his XP, he doesn't have infest, he feels vulnerable on the lane.
The way I want you to think about this game, if I'm playing Jakiro, so the way you win this game is obviously you cannot really just go and kill AM, right? That's obviously correct. The way I want you to think about it is I want to dominate the lane early because Lifestealer is one of the heroes that can, as a carry, can be left alone, right? Especially against Mars lane. So I want to dominate them very hard, get my Lifestealer like 2-3 kills, and then I'm free to do whatever I want. And here I'm looking at, securing runes, stacking for my Earthshaker maybe, or maybe just rotating to the top lane and getting the tower, right? With my E. That I'm at 7 minutes, I'm level 5 because I dominated the lane so hard, right? Or maybe I'm approaching even 6 because I got so many kills on my lane. And then my lifestealer doesn't need me because at that point of the game, he's very strong, he's hard to kill, but he wants to farm his radiance. So it's not like you want to keep fighting around the lifestealer. You want to give him a farm, a lane, that he's just able to farm and just zone this Mars out. And then you rotate to the top lane maybe, and then
Yeah.
you don't kill AM, but you kick him out of the lane. Because you just right click him, DQ, and then he's like 200 HP and he needs to go base. And
It's
maybe
like
when you
I'm
cannot
sorry,
kill him, right?
exactly, yeah.
But you can
I'm
zone
just
him out.
Exactly. It's like I'm strong, so I need to use my strength somewhere else. So I need
Yeah.
to create a numbers advantage around that and just make this AM sad, because you know if you kick AM out, he hasn't got Battle Fury, he hasn't got his Dom. He's done. He can't farm. If you take his tower and pressure him, kick him out, he's crying to his clock. He's like, what am I doing? Where can I go?
Yeah,
And
because
then you set the game up.
it's quite easy, right? It's
Mhm.
this game, you cannot really kill him, but you don't need to. That's the whole point. Sometimes just not killing a person is even better than killing him. Because
Yep.
if he's,
Keep them low.
200 HP as an AM, right? He needs to go base. He needs to TP back to the lane. And then what's gonna happen is you again use your spells, like one Q from Lich, one Q from you, and then your D. And then what is it going to do, right? He cannot
Exactly.
farm jungle at level 5. And even if he's able to, I mean, if even if he does, then you place an ops here, right? And
And
then
then
you
you go
just
and
sit.
bully him again. You go and bully him again,
And
yeah.
then, yeah, and the most important thing is then you just walk into him, use your Q, and then you just send him high five.
Yep.
And then he's tipping his support. He's fucking angry, right? What
Yep.
are you doing? You're useless, bro. I have
Yep.
3 heroes. Kill this lifestealer, and this lifestealer is like, level 7, is zoning Mars out. So what is gonna end up happening? And this is all starting from you. You dominated the lane, so you can leave the lifestealer. You are in the top lane. You're kicking AM out of the lane. When you kicked him out of the lane, you're making stacks for Shaker. And then again, he TPs back to the lane, you harass him. Shaker has the stacks. He's getting 10-minute blink. He comes to his lane. This AM has, 30 last hits. At 10 minutes, he gets an echo, he dies, he buys back. It's over. It's fucking over. He's done
Yep.
mentally. And it's
Yep.
only because you started a snowball by playing your hero to your strength, which is, being able to right click people. And especially, like, this is one of the best matchups you can get for the right clicks, right? Because again,
Mhm.
if you're playing against a melee hero, then they have that innate block that is a problem for you.
Mhm.
But against a Skyrat, this is literally zero armor hero. So abuse that, and after you abuse that, you dominate your lane, you win your lane, and then you open up the map. You don't even need to kill this tower. It's not like crucial. The crucial thing is for you to let your lifestealer hit creeps and don't let any AM hit creeps. It's very simple. You don't need to
Yeah.
kill this guy. You don't need to get kills with this guy. He's gonna be fine if he hits creeps. He's gonna get radiance. You have a tempo hero on Shaker. If he's winning the mid lane, it's it's not a problem for you. But if he's losing the mid lane, but maybe after you dominated the lane, maybe you have to ignore the AM, right? Because it's a hard hero to kick out. Maybe he's very strong right now. He has one kill and it's hard to kick him out. You dominated the bot lane, then you give a Shaker a good game. You stack for him, you secure the runes, and then at 11 minutes he uses the echo on the stacks. He gets the blink. At 13 minutes, this AM has a good game, but then he's just eating, echo from Shaker, and then he dies because you have enough damage. And then 2 minutes later, he's eating echo again. And before he gets Battle Fury, he dies 2 times randomly to Earthshaker because you used the smoke on him, because you secured the lane for him, even after he had a shit game. He was feeding on the mid lane, but it doesn't matter because you made him stacks, right?
Yep.
And this all starts from you. You can ask yourself why my Shaker doesn't have blink at 10 minutes. Why is he losing the lane? Why is my top lane feeding? But
So irrelevant.
it's it's a problem. You would like to go into a game and just play like this and then win the game. That's we love that, right? But you can make this happen. It doesn't have to be connected to your teammates,
No.
even as support, because you know how to. Right now, you can hear how you can make those things happen, and it doesn't have to be your teammates playing well. It can be you. It can be you just dominating your lane like you're supposed to, and then you're just helping other lanes.
You can put them on your back rather than
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah.
Just be like, well, I can control my own game, so I'll make my game amazing, and they'll just piggyback it.
Yeah, and it's quite simple. It's.
Yeah.
Do you have any macro questions or questions about this game?
Not really about this game. I mean, again, it follows that pattern. It's that idea that I try and do the comebacks and get the torment, like the mid game part of it, of like controlling tormentors, controlling like order of objectives is fine. I'm just not setting myself up for the absolute ease of that, because this is the thing. Like, if I get out of the lanes like you're describing there, like I can win Dota blindfolded.
Exactly.
With like what I know from the mid and like the macro understanding. It's this part and the lack of aggression. It's just the lazy lack of aggression that is causing the autopilot, and I'm starting the snowball in the wrong direction.
Exactly. That's all you need to remember. So just use your hero to your strength, and then it's gonna be so much easier.
Yeah.
Because you know how to do this. You just don't do it
Yeah.
enough. That's the only problem you have, right?
Yeah, if I could just bottle that like CM versus Wyvern trade from the first game and just do that again and again and again and again.
So
like-
golden rule is just keep that in mind. If you are stronger support and the heroes you are picking are making me think that you usually are,
Mhm.
then you are supposed to control all of this. And by control is like you have full access to your camp. They don't have access to their camp because you blocked it with your body or a ward, most likely your body. And then, if you are king of this, you can manipulate the lane wherever you want it to be. If you feel like you want to pull and just contest them here, do it. Or maybe you just don't. Maybe you just are strong enough for them to not have a pull, and then you are stronger 2 versus 2. Let's imagine you play a combo that just wins 2 versus 2. Then you want the lane to play it here, and then just play it here. You just don't allow them to. You ignore your pull camp. You ignore their pull camp. You just block it, and then you just play the lane. And sometimes you just play for the pulls and then contest them here, right? Okay. If you have any more questions after the session, just feel free to ask them. I think this session was brilliant, and then I'm gonna upload it as well. So
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
So keep me updated.
Yeah, I will do. I mean, honestly, one of the most eye-opening sessions I think I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much.
Love to hear that.
because it's that thing of just like, instead of someone going through and just being like, oh, you can do this and it's like, no, we've honed in on what the actual fundamental problem is.
Yeah, that's
And it
the
is that
whole
aggression.
point of the session. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I always repeat that. I had a coaching session when I was, lower MMR, and I had a coaching session with one of the coaches from YouTube. I don't want to name them. It's whatever, right? And
It's cool.
the
It's cool.
session was exactly like this you described, right? Which is was like he was telling me I was playing Furion. He was telling me the most important thing I remember about that session is never TP as a Furion in a place that you are in danger. And it's like,
Why?
I mean,
Why?
I mean that's true, but that doesn't fix my problem, right? So I
No.
had to do it hard way, most likely. I mean,
That's a mechanical thing on an
Yeah.
individual hero. That's got nothing to do with your fundamental,
Yeah,
like how you play Dota.
and that's how not that's how I believe the sessions should not be, and that's what I'm aiming to have here, which is having the sessions that help people fix the problems that they have and they don't realize
Yep.
they have.
Like this is that, yeah, as I say, like I cannot rate that highly. I mean, like for basically like the currency exchange for mine is like £27 or whatever it is. Like that is ridiculously cheap for what this should be. Like that
Brother,
is
love to hear that. Love to hear that. So
it,
again,
honestly, thank you so much. It has literally been it has been so helpful. And if you're ready, you can have a full-time student, because I am ready to, when I fix this, we'll move to something else.
yeah, hopefully, and then you're just gonna, surpass me on MMR then.
No, we'll be fine.
Okay,
Well,
so
my literally only goal is I've got friends that are over 8.5k, and I just want to be able to see their damn games. That's all I want.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you play like this and then you're at this MMR, I don't think it's gonna be an issue for you to surpass them soon, because the laning stage I've seen after a certain point of the game is like
Yep.
Archon level. Honestly, that's amazing.
No, I know, no, it dropped. It's gotten so embeddedly lazy. It's unreal.
Okay, so keep me updated again, and thank you for the
Yep.
session.
No, thank you.
See
Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.